you said that you signed more death certificates in the past year than the previous 10 combined.
Yes.
Um, does it
You think they're good
does it
research.
take a toll? Yeah, I do my homework. Like, does it
You
take a
do.
toll
I
on you
like it.
as far as, just the volume of patients that you had to see, and then the results didn't always end up in our favor as far as them surviving?
I think it has. One thing I'll say, my experience has been different from a lot of some other physicians who are really at the front line, like in the hospital. I don't work in the hospital, I work in the office. So by the time people come to me, either they've like gotten past the like acute illness, or I'm seeing them quickly in their car, likely, or in a setting that's like safe. And now we're doing televisits a lot. So I'm like directing people
Hmm.
to the hospital if they need to be. But yeah, I do feel like, I'll say this. When I decided, it took me a little bit to get the COVID vaccine because I wanted to see people have it before me. I wanted to see,
Right.
how somebody walked, how they talked, how they felt. Like I wanted to ask questions. I know people have done the research, right? But like I'm a researcher myself, like an observation person. So I wanted to, ask and observe. And I'll tell you that once I got the vaccine, I didn't realize how much stress I was holding, but it just seemed like it was a release after that. Like I felt like I'm gonna be okay. And I didn't realize how much stress I had been carrying prior to that, because I just felt like my whole kind of body and mind and everything kind of eased with the vaccine. Um, And then I would say music also during this time, like my music has really ramped up in the last year, in the setting of COVID and Black Lives Matter and like all this stuff. And I feel like that has for me been a vehicle of release and
Hmm.
using my voice, and like sometimes when I'm very stressed, like I have to just like belt a note. It doesn't have to sound pretty, but it's like the way that I like have learned to just kind of like release my tension. That might sound strange, but that works for me. And so I have found music to be like healing in that way.